what you're going to be introduced to shortly is the WildFit food hierarchy, which is basically the idea that all foods can be broken into 5 categories. One category is necessary, must have this, required by Homo sapiens. Then there's a layer under that, which is like probably good for us, but not necessary. The proof of that is, for example, something like an avocado. We know it's got folic acid and healthy fats in it, but humans lived without it until 400 years ago. So we don't need it, so it's in that next category too, which we would consider to be, optional. Then there's another category underneath where it's like neutral foods. It's not really good or bad. It's probably not good on a regular basis. And we call those optional foods. Something like brown rice might be in there. We don't need it. It may not be particularly harmful, but we wouldn't want to have it all the time. Then there's another layer where it's like, well, hey, I know this is not so good. I know it's not so good, but I'm going to have it from time to time. With freedom, I'm going to be mindful, but there it is. Then there's category 5, which is, I just don't do that anymore. I just don't. And what you'll find is that there are foods that you will put in category 4. Like I would argue that at the beginning of last week, coffee was a category 4 food for you. Then you ate it or drank it. Then you had consequences. And then now you've nominated it for membership as a category 5 food. I don't think it's 100% there for you yet, but it's damn close. And once it becomes a category 5 food, now when somebody says, hey, would you like a coffee? You won't say, oh, I'm not really doing that right now. You'll say, oh no, I don't do that. And that's because it's become a don't food. Once it's a don't food, then it's like completely true freedom from it. But it's not, we don't expect that every one of those foods is going to be there at the end of this 90 days. What we expect is that now as you go back into your life, the consciousness that you've created means that when you eat something, you're going to go, oh, A, that didn't taste as good as I thought. B, it didn't really satisfy the emotion I wanted. Or C, it made me feel like crap. Or some combination of all of those things. And as a consequence, I've just made it a category 5 food and I'm never going to go back. So that you're 100% right. That this distinction of freedom not to eat it is what we're actually after.